Oh, we should do one more. Let's see. What do we want to do? Oh God, I want to. There's a part of me that's like, do one of these talkies, but all the talkies this week are just so awful.
Yep.
Everybody's like, really I prayed and Ginsburg died.
I know, it's so awful. They're just like, that was no accident, and it's like, cool.
Oh,
you're the worst. You're the worst.
Oh,
fuck.
Let's see.
Somebody's asking, are we going to team up live if we get debates? Not if we get if there's debates, Cecil and I won't be able to get together live. Cecil's able to socially distance and self-isolate at a much higher level than I am because of my work. So we're still going to try to do something for the election night because we're going to just probably COVID test ahead of time and get results and reduce the amount of time we need to isolate. But I'm not isolating because of my work. So I'm not able to. I was out all day today, so it's just not a possibility for me.
Yeah. There may be a possibility depending on when, like what night the debate is. Tom and I may do a live thing like this after one of the
not
debates.
In person live.
Possibility we might, but it just depends on the debate schedule and how that works with our schedule. So yeah, I'd like to, there's part of me that would like to go live right afterwards, but then there's also part of me that just is like, I don't want to watch it. I just don't want to see it. It just feels like it's going to be such a fucking train wreck, man.
I'm like, Biden just needs to not be Trump for 45 more days.
I know.
And the worry that I have is that standing on the stage gets him closer to being Trump. He'll look like an old man. Because he is. He's a fucking old man who doesn't speak terribly well off the cuff.
Yeah.
And it's not good. I do want to see the Harris-Pence debate, though.
Oh, God.
I want that to be. Yeah. I need that. I need that for my heart space, Cecil. I need that this year.
Somebody sent out, and I don't, maybe it was Noah had posted it or at least mentioned it. The Biden. Oh, what the fuck was that idiot's name? Ryan debate that was in when Mitt Romney picked Ryan.
Yeah.
So Biden debated him, and maybe it wasn't McCain because Biden debated Palin for McCain, and then Biden debated Ryan, and Biden the whole time just laughed at him. Like, so Biden kept on laughing, he kept leaning back and laughing at him and laughing at what he was saying, and. I think it was Noah and a couple other people were saying that's strategy. It's gonna really piss Trump off if he goes with that strategy just to laugh when he says something.
But that's not a bad strategy. Just piss Trump off. I don't think Trump will get better angry.
Yeah.
The people that already love an angry Trump, they're always going to love an angry Trump. But if he just can get under his skin like that and make him lose his cool, then those, maybe if the debates actually swing any votes, I don't know if they do, but
we talked about this. We talked about this. Yeah. You and I talked about this. You found an article that led us to believe that there was a couple of studies done that showed that it does not sway the voters, and that a lot of people come in with that, with that mindset of what they were planning on doing, and just reinforces what their plans are. Now, what it may do, it may make people stay home. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it might not, because it would, the thing that we looked at talked about undecided voters.
Right.
It did not talk about what people got from their candidate, whether or not it changed how they felt about their own candidate. And so, if he comes in and looks like an asshole, but looking like an asshole is like reinforcing for them. So I don't know what you do. I don't know what strategy you use. To be honest, why even do it? Just say, who cares? Like, what do you have to say? You have nothing to say.
Yep. Yeah. I have no idea. I don't know that there's anything to gain. Like, if I'm Biden, and be like, I'm just not going to do that. But, like the Trump would play that as he's afraid, he's a coward, he's weak, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, it's just, you got to do it. You probably have to do it, but it's.
Yeah. And it is a lot easier for a man to debate. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens with Kamala Harris, because Kamala Harris is, she's going to be looked at as, if she pushes too hard, she's going to be, she's a fucking bitch. She's shrill. She's what, because it's so hard for a woman to find that perfect medium to debate and not fucking trigger all the dudes. You know what I mean? It's so hard for them to find that sweet spot because the deck is so much stacked against them when it comes to the debate stage. And it sucks, but that's the reality. I mean, look at how they were talking about, look at how they talked about all the women during the debates. I mean, look at how they talked about every single one of them. Is it likable? Are they electable? It's like, it's just,
oh yeah, it's a totally different and vastly higher and more impossible standard. Absolutely. Yeah. It is a fucking ridiculous standard. The only comfort I draw from that, Cecil, is that the opponent to Harris is Pence.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's just like, that guy doesn't even look fully human.
He doesn't. No,
he doesn't even seem like people. So I am excited to watch those just for the theater of it.
Yeah. And there will be that. Yeah. I think there will be some theater to be had there, but yeah, I don't know, man. You're just in a bad way, in a bad place.
Everything's terrible. Cecil, everything's the worst. It's really hard to like wake up and be like, yeah, today is the day I'm excited to be here.
Do you think that 2020 is this bad, or do you think that it's because you don't have any real way to blow off steam that it's making everything feel like it's amplified?
I think it's both. I think that's a big part of why 2020 is this bad. Is like for a lot of people, like there's just no outlet. So I think a lot of terrible shit's happening. I mean, like, you know, California's on fire and fucking Australia was on fire, and like the politics are egregiously awful, and like the race, you know,
COVID, and there's a million things you could get.
There's all of it. There's just all of it. But like, yeah, man, would it be as bad? It would still be the worst year in my history. I still don't think like in my lifetime there's a year that's this bad. This is worse than 2001.
Yeah.
I think this, I mean, it is not a little worse. It is objectively worse than 9/11. You know, it's orders of magnitude.
Oh, yeah. What 100? It's like 100 times worse at this point, or something close to it.
It's almost 100 times worse. Like, yeah, man, there's never been a year like this. There's just never been a time like this. But yeah, the inability to blow off steam is just crushing.
Yeah, the inability to blow off steam, I think, is the problem that takes it to that next level. I think if there was that ability to blow off steam and people were able to focus, because I think one of the things it does too is it makes us hyper focus on all the problems, right? Because you don't have the ability to say, fuck it, I'm not going to read the news. I'm going out to dinner tonight and I'm going to go hang out with friends, or I'm going to go on a small trip and I'm just going to leave my phone at home. Now you're just stuck in your house with nothing to do. And so you just, well, I guess I'll watch TV and it's all just terrible, sad news. So I think that's another problem, is that, you know, that it amplifies it being stuck amplifies it constantly. Cause you know, and then you're also always kind of at like a high level of anxiety all the time anyway. So little shit is not great. Yeah. No,
it's, I mean, that's true. Like the thing is, like at some point the anxiety begins to accumulate. You know, it's like, yeah, all right, it's always at a 3. It's always at a 3. And you're just like, I need it to be less than a 3. And then, you know, but if it was only a 3, that'd be great.
3. Oh,
right.
Gosh.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
3. 3 was 2014.
I mean, Cecil, you've known me now for 20 some years.
Yeah.
Like, I am a man who can fall asleep. Do you remember like when we went to Michigan? And like you guys wanted to get a hotel room, and we got a room, and I was like, I'll just sleep on the floor. I'll just like, I can sleep anytime, anywhere. As soon as I'm horizontal, boom, I'm out. That's been that way my whole life. I cannot fucking sleep this year.
Yeah.
Like 3 days out of 7, I cannot fucking sleep to save my fucking life. Wake up, take forever. It's just the stress, the constant unrelenting anxiety of it, man. Like you said, the inability to blow it off.
My whole life, I've always had problems sleeping, and it's not changed at all since this all started. Like it's not, I've had problems sleeping all the time. I'll get up at, 4 a.m, stay up all day. I'll go to sleep at like midnight, wake up at 6, if that. Sometimes it's at 3 and I'll stay up till 5 and go back to sleep. It's just My body just is like, nah, we're good. You don't have to be asleep. And I wake up from the littlest things and just stay up, and it sucks. It sucks.
Yeah, it's just the unrelenting anxiety of the whole thing.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's kind of rough. It's like and when you don't get a lot of sleep, you start to get more irritable. It's a great cycle to get into.
Well, it is because it's like, and then the demands, like the everyday demands are just objectively higher than they have been, you know? So it's this 2020 is a little rough.
Yeah.
So
yeah, man. And I feel bad for anybody who has to deal with this, because, I think a lot of people are getting a glimpse at what it's like to deal with these sort of problems on a daily basis now that they might have never had to deal with in their life, right? That level of anxiety, that level of sleep disorder, that level of, all those things that are coming with it, that are becoming widespread with this. There's some people who have to deal with that all the time.
Yeah.
And, I think it makes you realize, wow, that must suck for you. I'm really sorry that has, that's how that happens to you. It just sucks. All right, let's talk about something else. Let's talk about something fun. One more story, Tom. I don't want to do the things because they're just, do you want to talk about the alligator?
Yeah, the alligator is great. The alligator is great. All right.
Ian, I'm going to share my screen so you could put it on there. So let me see if I can find it. Unless you want to just put a post, if you want to just find the image, Ian, you could just put the image from this, I'll put it in the chat, for us, Ian, and you could maybe put it in the thing. Maybe you could get the image and post it while Tom's reading the story.
This story's from CNN. Scientists win award for giving an alligator helium and making it shout.
That is amazing. Here's the thing, right? 2020 sucks a lot, but if we could do something like that, I'm okay with 2020.
A team of scientists who put an alligator in a helium-filled box and made it shout have won an Ig Nobel Prize, an award that commemorates the science. These things are great. These awards are fucking amazing. They're always amazing. This year's are no exception. The group,
fucking alligator right there. That's amazing.
Look at that thing. Just I love that there's a fucking box full of helium. The group of researchers from Austria and Japan were attempting to find out whether alligators' vocal communications relate to their body size. But it was their method rather than their hypothesis that caught the eye of the awards committee. Like, I don't know a whole lot about alligators. I'll admit that. But like, wouldn't you just know that by listening to alligator? Like, couldn't you just go out and be like, yeah, the alligator's really big. It sounded different. The alligator's small. It sounded like, and let's say you did arrive at a conclusion, Cecil. Mm-hmm. Hey, you know what? It turns out it doesn't matter what the size of the alligator. They sound the same. The next question that should be like, well, okay, so? So fucking what? So fucking what? Like, just fucking who cares? Who cares?
Look, man, people need shit to do during fucking lockdown. Come on.
You got me.
You got to do something, right? There's only so many times you could count the fucking bricks in your wall and your cell.
Another experiment which found that narcissists can be identified by their eyebrows was also honored. The ceremony's Peace Prize went to the governments of India and Pakistan for, quote, having their diplomats surreptitiously ring each other's doorbells in the middle of the night and then run away before anyone had a chance to answer the door. Evidently, the governments are ding-dong ditching each other like two nuclear-powered nations that have historically not gotten along with one another are fucking ding-dong ditching one another. That's fucking insane. The award for economics went to an international team of experts trying to quantify the relationship between different countries' national income inequality and the average amount of mouth-to-mouth kissing. My favorite part of that sentence is they specified, Cecil, mouth-to-mouth kissing.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Not ass to ass.
They're not just like, all right, let's check the inequality against who's eating ass. Like, that's like... What?
Oh man.
The fuck?
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah. I love that image though. The fucking alligator being like, what is happening?
It's like, oh, this is fucked up, man. I'm a Oh my God, that's great. I love that they have like former Nobel laureates give out these prizes too. Like that's who actually gives those things out. It's just it's
outstanding. That is like that's a worthwhile award to get. You hang that wherever you can.
Yeah. Oh my God, are you kidding me? I'd Flavor Flav that fucking award. I'd have that thing around my Flavor Flav.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
All day. All day.
All right, guys, we still have some show to record, so we're gonna bounce. We did not do a full hour, but we're sad, so we're gonna go. But check us out next week. We'll be back next week, and be sure to check out the show this week. And what else is happening? I'm gonna be on GAM this week. They reached out to me, so I'm gonna be recording GAM. I'll be on GAM next Tuesday.
Oh, that's awesome. What are you guys watching?
We watched this movie called Rumors of War. It was just so boring. It's just the worst. They're always the worst. They're always the worst fucking movies. So I watched it yesterday. And I had a panic attack because I thought I watched the wrong one because I thought I was supposed to watch Rumor of War. And when the movie ended, it said to be continued. And I thought, oh fuck, did I only watch part one? Is there part two? And there wasn't, evidently, so I'm good. But I'll be on next Tuesday, so check it out. And download our show and tell your friends. Come back next week and all that stuff. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Though we're gonna bounce.
Thanks,
we got
guys.
other stuff to do. Sorry. So long, everybody. Thanks for showing up. Peace. Ian's stream, Tom.
Yeah. What is this stream?
No.
I can't even. I can't.
No.
No. Concept and the whole, can you screenshot it and then
here, let me put it in the chat real quick.
Mute. Okay, end broadcast. Bye everyone.